Assalamu alaikum. It's my pleasure to be a part of this All India Online Protest Conference, Revoke CAA, No NRC, Stop NPR, under the banner of United Against CAA, NRC and NPR. One of the most important thing regarding this conference is this mainly intent against or organized against the student witch hunting that is happening right now in all over the India under the mask or under the phase of the corona emergency or the health emergency that is prevailing over here. When we consider the anti-CAA movement, it's considered to be one of the such a most popular democratic movement that happened in post-independent era. One of the most important highlight of this protest is the Shaheen Bagh model protest that happened all over the India in each and every nook and corner. We have seen the emergence, we have seen the establishment of the Shaheen Bagh model protest sites against the CAA, against the NRC and against the NPR kind of things. When we're talking about the emergence of the Shaheen Bagh model protest sites, we all know that on December 15th, when police crackdown happened in Jamia Millia Islamia University and Aligarh Muslim University, a group of people, especially the Muslim women of Shaheen Bagh, came to the street and they literally blocked one of the most important road that connects Delhi and Noida, and they started protesting in that road from every day. Like it's like they started protesting 24/7, like they were sleeping there, they were doing their literally they were doing each and everything there by blocking a road, mainly in order to make the authorities, in order to the state to hear their voice. So it was such a beautifully organized, a beautiful protest that India had ever seen. When we are talking about that, later on the whole India took over that particular model of the protest, and as a result of that, each and everywhere Shaheen Bagh mode of protest sites emerged. People started protesting against the CAA. So I was really fortunate that I was able to visit a lot of number of Shaheen Bagh mode of the protest sites in different parts of India. When we are talking about its geographical things, like I was fortunate to visit the Shaheen Bagh mode of protest sites in Ahmedabad and Calcutta, Chennai, and different protest sites in all over the Delhi. One of the most important feature of all these protest sites were it was mainly takeover or led by women. One of the most important features of all the Shaheen Bagh mode of protest were that it was mainly takeover or it was mainly led by women, especially the Muslim women, whom the government and all the popular narratives always told as to be oppressed, or whom they always wanted to be saved from their Quran, their Sharia and their oppression. So all this mode of the protest really made, or it became a challenge to this sort of narratives. It became a challenge to the sort of the government who were coming up with the with all the sort of narratives. So it really worked in that way. It really challenged in that way too. So when we are taking in the case of the Ahmedabad protest sites and all, it being organizing or conducting a protest in the Gujarat, it was really challenging for them, and the state were constantly creating the problem, constantly creating a sort of disturbance to the sort of protests that were happening, and they were even always, organizers were even compelled to change their venue in the last minute due to the interruptions by the state and state missionaries. In the case of the Calcutta also, in Park Circus, it was such a massive protest in which they have been conducting it from the very beginning till the end of the lockdown, and it continued with such a popular support and a lot of number of the people also. When we are taking in the case of the Chennai also, everyone of us know how the state missionaries tried to oppress Shaheen Bagh in Chennai, and within one night a number of 200s and hundreds of Shaheen Bags emerged out of there. Everywhere in whichever the Shaheen Bags, there used to be a lot of number of the police people and a lot of number of state missionaries, which itself shows that how much the government, how much the state missionaries feared of this protest, feared of this movement being organized and being taken over by the Muslim women. We mainly maybe because of that, because of the result of the sort of the fear which they had, they tried to remove all the protest sites just the day after the lockdown happened. Like everyone have seen what happened on the very next day after the lockdown. What the state missionaries in the Delhi did is that they came to the protest sites in the Shaheen Bagh, they came to the protest sites in the Jamia, each and everywhere, and they started removing banners and everything. Even the graffitis in the walls of the Jamia were removed by the Delhi police, and instead of that they placed the placard which tells Delhi police, the Dilki police, and all sort of kind of things. After that, the state, we have seen how they have arrested the students and activists involved in the protest and against this anti-CAA movement. The first one to get arrested regarding the anti-CAA movement is Sharjeel Imam. Sharjeel got arrested on January itself, and later on they started arresting different activists like Khalid Saifi, Ishrat Jahan, so many people. And we have seen how on the February the Hindutva goons, along with the help of the Delhi police, has organized a pogrom which targeted a Muslim community in northeast Delhi. After that, in all the recent arrests that happened from Miran, Safura, Asif, Devangana, Natasha, everyone, they were arrested mainly on the FIR that is registered in the Northeast Delhi violence. Even the people who got arrested before the Northeast Delhi violence were also added to this particular kind of FIR cut. Were added to this particular FIR. One of the main intention of the police for this this constant number of the arrests and the sort of kind of things that they were doing is they wanted to delegitimize the protest that happened all over the India, all the anti-CAA movement. And also the other intention is they are trying to set an counter narrative. We have seen how Delhi police helped to instigate a pogrom in the Northeast Delhi violence. Now they are trying to link it with the protesters, so that they are trying to create a counter narrative. And also another intention of them is they wanted to silence all the voice of the dissent, and they do not wanted to raise a voice of dissent after the lockdown. So they are thinking it like that. Cut. Wow. And they wanted to cut down the Muslim voice of the dissent that was emerging from different parts, especially in the anti-CAA movement. So their intention is mainly in order to oppress the voice of the dissent. So they were thinking that after seeing all the sort of this arrest and all the sort of the kind of FIRs and UAPA, they are thinking that we might also keep silent, or we will not be coming to the streets after the lockdown to protest. But I should really say it aloud that all this sort of arrest and all the kind of things have only made us more certain, or only made us more confident to move ahead, and it has given us more energy to move ahead and act or protest against the state oppression, protest against the state and all the kind of things. So I really hope that through this conference or through this session, we know that a lot of number of the people from different Shaheen Bagh is also a part of this particular session. So we might be able to figure out what we have to do in the future. Like a lot of people were constantly asking me regarding the future of the anti-CAA movement. I should say it's an organic movement. It started to be an organic one, and it will be moving ahead in that manner also. right now, due to the various situation, we won't be able to take a very strong decision regarding the future of the movement. But whatever things happened, let the police arrest whoever they want. We will definitely going ahead with the movement after the lockdown in very organic and peaceful manner. Being protesting is our right, and we will be definitely protesting against the state atrocities, state oppression and state visionaries.